Welcome to the show. This is all the show is. It's just me tuning guitar. I was 19 when I came to town. They called it the summer of love. They were burning babies, burning flags, the hucks against the doves. And I took a job in the steamy way down on Patrick Street. Fell in love with a laundry girl, she was working next to me. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lush child, she's a running wild, said so long as there's no price on love I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. Brown hair zigzag around her face and a look of half surprise, like a fox caught in the headlights, there was animal in her eye. She said, "Oh man, can't you see I'm not the factory kind? Well, if you don't take me out here, I'll lose my mind." She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she's a running wild, said so long as there's no price on love I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. We bust around the market towns and pick fruit down in Kent. We tinker lamps and pots and knives wherever we went. And I said, well, why don't we settle down and get a few acres dug? A fire burning in the heart and Bobby's on the rock. She said, "Oh man, you foolish man, that surely sounds like hell. You'd like to be lord of half the world and be lord of me as well." She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she's a running wild, said so long as there's no price on love I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. Camping down the Gower one time, the work was mighty good. She thought we shouldn't wait for the frost, I thought we should. We were drinking more in those days and tempers reached a pitch, and like a fool I let her run away with her rambling itch. And last I hear she's sleeping rough out on the Derby beat, a bottle of white horse in her hip and a bottle at her feet. Something like that. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She's a lost child, she's a running wild, said so long as there's no price on love I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. Your flowers faded, now hard weather and hard booze. Well, maybe that's the price you pay for the pages you refuse. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing. I miss her more than words could ever say. If I could just taste now all of her wildness now, if I could hold her in my arms today, wouldn't want me any other way. Started a little early today. I got some work I have to get done this afternoon. But it was a good gig on Thursday. Sang all the songs about Oregon. And hope to do it again. And now we can sing some other songs because that was always all I was playing for the last few months. To the town of Agua Fria rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. And the stranger there among them with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came a whisper from each lip. And he's here to do some business with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer and a man of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 to 19 more. 1 and 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead. And he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, the men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Well, the morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew that handsome ranger was about to meet his death, about to meet his death. There was 20 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas red and not clear leather, for a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment, and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Though he might have kept on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching this after the fact, thanks for watching. It started a little early today. Also a bit tired from all the traveling. That's alright. Let's do the next song here. What is it next? Do we have a next song? We didn't. There's no set list. This just happens. We want to do something we haven't done in a while, I think. Not that one, because we did we did that the other night. We haven't done this one in a while. Come from the farms and the factories too, and they all soon forget who they are. The cares of today are soon washed away as they sit at a stool by the bar. The girl with green eyes and the rolling stone shirt doesn't look like she works on the land. The man at the end is a very good friend of a man who sells cars second-hand. Down at the Red Rose Cafe in the harbor, and there by the port just outside Amsterdam, everyone shares in the songs and the laughter. Everyone there is so happy to be there. The salesmen relax with a few pints of beer, and they try not to talk about trade. The poet won't write any verses tonight. He may sing a sweet serenade. So pull up a chair and forget about life. It's a good thing to do now and then. And if you like it here, well, I have an idea. tomorrow let's all meet again. Down at the Red Rose Cafe in the harbour, there by the port just outside Amsterdam. Everyone shares in the songs and the laughter. Everyone there is so happy to be there. Heather's blooming in summer, the skylark was chanting a lay. From tower to the soft breeze of summer came the scent of the new gathered hay. The gardens had never looked better, the corn and turnips were green. All along by the road where I met her, the girl from Glashakeen. You may talk of your Hollywood beauties, your ladies of cinema fame, your Sassenach maids, your French cuties. She sure would put them to shame. Her skin's like the snow on the reeks when the cold winter weather is in, and the paint that she wore on her cheeks, well, it never come out of a tin. The ass that she drove was contrary, so slow was he lifting his feet, and I jumped on that cart beside Mary. She gave me one half of her seat. Her head soon lay on my shoulder. We cuddled, we kissed, and we necked. But the plausible tale that I told her, alas, it had a little effect. Says she, there's a boy in Drishan, he's breaking his heart about me. He's 40 cows in his barn, and there's grass there up to your knee. He's plenty hay in the haggard, and his yard holds a good rake of turf. From porter he's never yet staggered, he knows when he's taken enough. Oh, they tell me he has no bad habit, Mom thinks that he's gentle and kind, Dad says there's a chance I should grab it, for better I never will find. And sure, don't you think I'd be silly, well fit for the madhouse or zoo, to go out to the wilds with Oregon, go chasing coyotes with you. Oh, the knockback was quick, it was sudden, I felt great pain in my heart, as against my ribs it was thudding, I nearly fell out of the cart. My ship by the quayside I sought her, next morning we sailed down the Lee, in soon many miles of salt water there rolled between Mary and me. Well, if I ever go to Dew Hollow, the chances might be 1 in 10 I may never walk by the Allo or gaze on Slieve Lucra again. But oft when alone on the prairie and the nightshades come down on the scene, 'tis then that I think of young Mary, the girl from Glashakeen. Let me just check here. We gotta fix some stuff here. There we go. I used to run in a young man's boots with a young man's heart and a young man's roots. Now I stand where a young man stood before. I don't run like I used to. So man, don't run no more. I used to talk and he used to not. I don't listen but I hear a lot. Don't believe for a second that my key won't fit your door. I don't love you like I used to. This old man wants you more. Hey, Idaho, I used to go where the devil wouldn't go, where the river runs still and the water don't flow. Heaven couldn't stop me then. Hey, Idaho, good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise. Life goes by like a firefly and the devil sits with a grin. I used to sing with a young man's voice and a young man's heart, a young man's choice. Now I stand where a young man stood before. I don't sing like I used to. Sometimes less is more. Hey, Idaho, I used to go where the devil wouldn't go, where the river runs still and the water don't flow. Heaven couldn't stop me then. Hey, Idaho, good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise. Life goes by like a fireflies and the devil sits with a grin. This crazy life is all we got. like a shoestring tied in a beggar's knot. In the end, that's what this story shows. Don't love you like I used to. This old man loves you more. I don't love you like I used to. This old man loves you more. Hey, Idaho, I used to go where the devil wouldn't go, where the river runs still and the water don't flow. Heaven couldn't stop me then. Hey, Idaho, good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise. Life goes by like a firefly and the devil sits with a grin. Okay. School day is over. The song might be banned in Florida now. School day's over. Come on then, John. Time to be getting your pit boots on. On with your sock and your moleskin trousers, it's time you were on your way. Time you were learning the pitman's job and earning the pitman's pay. Come on then, Jim. It's time to go. Time you were working down below. Time to be handling a pick and shovel. It's time that the pit's today. Time you were learning the collier's job and earning the collier's pay. Come on then, die. It's almost light. Time you were off to the anthracite. The morning mist is on the valley. It's time you were on your way. Time you were learning the miner's job and earning the miner's pay. School day's over. Come on then, John. Time you were getting your pit boots on. Time you were handling the pick and shovel. You start at the pits today. Time you were learning the collier's job and earning the collier's pay. Let's try this here. Lonely hills on Russell sides, brave men have fought and died. Some are gone to meet their God as England they defy. Some men at home no more will roam in the sweet old County Clare. For the RIC or the black and tans, for them they did not care. To tell you now, dear Irish youths, how that brave deed was done. An example now I'll give to you, the cross at 81. For 3 young men with hearts to fight, and on fine they were. So quickly they planned an ambush for that very day. The wind-swept hills of Laverine they went without delay, to wait for 2 RIC who were passing that way. Behind the wall they quietly crouched, those young men on the run. To live or die, their motto was that day at 81. Their intention for to stop those traitors at the cross, and ask them to give up their guns, of life there'd be no loss. But foolishly men came to halt, from each holster sprang a gun. 2 RIC was shot that day at the cross at 81. Now the men are gone, but their names live on, the heroes from that day. If you're looking for an Irishman, you'll find some out that way, and who'll give their own life's blood that Ireland might be free. Martin Devitt and Tosh and Ellen and Shamus Connelly. That's a fairly new one. It's taken into Hearn wrote that one from Clare. I think I'll do one more song because I could get ready to go to work. What else do we got here? We'll do this one. This is not the one I did the other night. There's some kind of game went off in the corner of the room the other night, and I messed up the last song. I couldn't I got all mixed up because of the music. So I thought I'll play this one. To make up for it, I'll play it nicely, but this is not that song, but I'm going to play this one now. So here we go. My countrymen, I take my pen to write a verse or two. And as I leave to cross the seas, I bid my last adieu. A splendid boat, she's now afloat, on fire we're sailing now. And as I leave, my heart it grieves for lovely old Milltown. Could I but see old Clun Laheen, Knock Nabool Plain, Mount Carlin hills where oft I've been to chime a glad refrain. A mountainside I roamed with pride and plenty of renown, and I've been there at many a fair in lovely old Milltown. Many nights I've spent in sweet content with lads and lassies gay, and songs were sung by old and young before I went away. America, lo far away in Philadelphia town, but I'll not forget the fond friends I met in lovely old Milltown. So fare thee well to hills and dales, and to my comrades fair, and twice farewell to my own dear girl I left in County Clare. St. Patrick's Day, lo far away, the shamrock I will drown. When I think of thee, McGraw-McCree, in lovely old Milltown. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week on the regular schedule. And thanks to everybody who came out to the gig the other night. And take care.